How's it going? Zach again, and I can't sleep. Um, People are probably getting really bored of my videos because I'm basically just ranting to help myself go to sleep. Um, I haven't really had much time to make videos because I've been busy doing stupid school stuff. I'm a graphic designer studying communication design. It's like a fancy word for graphic design, but there's actually a lot of thinking involved and a lot of process of like creating forced connections and other things. I don't know. I guess I've gotten kind of bored with it the last couple of years though, because like I understand how it's done, and so it just kind of bores me. I'm like, oh, okay, well, now I have to do this the rest of my life for other people and get paid to make really stupid ideas. I mean, like they're not stupid ideas, but like really simple ideas for clients, and I don't know. So the last couple of years, I've been really thinking about changing, um, or not changing my career, but following through with my original plan, which was to get my master's in painting and just to like be a professor and teach painting. I think it'd be like the easiest job ever. I just walk around and tell people like that works, that doesn't work, good job, keep drawing, keep painting. I mean, it's pretty much what all my professors ever did in my classes, and you have to give like minimal instructions. Like you give like maybe 30 minutes of instruction for like a 3 hour studio class, and you just basically walk around and like look at people's stuff. And I have no problem criticizing other people's artwork. I think that'd be really easy. Um, be like, hey, you got the proportions wrong here or whatever. Um, and then I get the summers off, and during the summers, I can do whatever I want. Sit around and think, um, or paint, which actually I'd probably be painting more. But just like reading books and enjoying my life. I feel like most people just spend their life doing some really mundane job, and like maybe that's fulfilling to them, but I feel like there's way more to um, life than just like sitting at a desk and you know hitting buttons on a computer and trying to make somebody else happy. I feel like you should be trying to make yourself happy, and um, that just happens to be one of the things that's not going to make me happy. Um, see what else is there to talk about. Um, yeah, so like I kind of went on this really long search. Well, it's still going on, but I'm starting to really cool down lately. Kind of like looking into atheism, and um, I kind of briefly talked about it beforehand, but I've read and I've watched videos of people, and they say that typically people who are atheists become more outspoken the longer they are atheists, and I definitely feel that way about myself. Um, Being an INTP, it's really hard to believe in God because of the way my mind works, and um, how things should be logical and make sense. Um, and like even for abstract concepts ideals or love and different things like that. Like I even think that love there's reasons behind love, and I was reading some INTP blog or some INTP forum. They were talking about how logic is like, I guess at some point you realize how logic is futile, and like everything can't be explained with logic, and um, that you should just like live in the moment and all this stuff. And I mean that makes sense. Like I can understand how over rationalizing something can almost devalue it in the sense because you're not experiencing it all like fully. You're analyzing it instead of experiencing it, and that makes sense. And there's also some talk about how um, philosophy is kind of pointless and all this stuff, and like there's no point in like trying to think of what the point of life is when you really should just be living it and stuff. And I don't know. I just feel like I can't help but do that. It's like in my nature to find out answers. And anyways, like lately, I've having this problem with indifference, and like it's just like the last couple days. Like my girlfriend noticed it too, and like I just wake up and I'm like, oh, it's just another day. It's like it's not that much more exciting than yesterday. I'm not learning anything new. I'm just trying to finish school, and um, you know, and I just feel like lazy because I'm like I don't want to do anything because what's the point? And I've been in school for 5 years, and it's like I haven't had a really good job that I can actually buy stuff. I've had the same crappy car for um, since my junior, since 60 for like 6, 7 years, 6 years, yeah. Uh, I think the weirdest phenomenon as a INTP, maybe it's not just INTP, but um, sometimes I get like intellectually bored, like with myself, or like I feel like I run out of things to think about and like that excite me, and so I just sit around thinking about how I have nothing to think about. It's like really a weird feeling. Um, and I think that's kind of like when that happens, that's when INTPs really need to like socialize or like interact with other people. And sometimes my problem is like I don't. I'm living at home and now I'm not around all my friends. I live 45 minutes away, so um, I just sit around thinking about existence and all that crazy stuff. And after a while, I just get tired of it. I'm like, well, I'm existing. That's great. What else? And then it's like even hard to be pessimistic sometimes because I'm like, oh well, pessimism is just like a weakness, um, or like I'll criticize my own indifference, and I'll be like, oh, I shouldn't be indifferent. I should try to motivate myself. Then I'm like, oh well, if I motivate myself, I'll eventually end up indifferent at some point in the future. It's like my mind tries to create all these conclusions and um, in and outs of every possible scenario. And so after a while, I think my mind just like gives up. It's like, okay, just stop. I just become really indifferent to everything. Um, it's almost like my mind is forcing me to live each moment as it comes. And I think that's sometimes hard for INTP because I think we're constantly living in the past and the future. And to live in the present is kind of like scary in a way. So right now I'm trying to live in the present by making a video about the present. And presently I'm feeling weird. But yeah, I don't know if people go around watching videos on YouTube about people complaining about life, but maybe somebody will. Maybe somebody's so interested in my thoughts that they're like, oh, this guy right here, this guy, he's got some crazy and different thoughts about his life. And see, that's the whole point. That bothers me the most is like, I want to say something, but I don't even care about what I have to say. And yet I'm making a video about it. It's like as if other people should care. And I think that's what indifference is, really. But I gotta go. All my time's up. Thanks for watching.